For one, we're getting married in Sri Lanka, which is probably just a hop, skip and a jump from the Maldives. And there was probably two destinations that I would have looked at for a honeymoon, and one was Bora Bora, or one was the Maldives. Because basically, when you think pinnacle of honeymoons, you think those two destinations. But from proximity to the wedding, being only about an hour away, Maldives was probably the obvious choice. Other factors, of course, the overwater bungalows, the fact that it's just the clear water, and as far as honeymoon destinations goes, it's probably in the top two. Well, with the Maldives, it's a little bit different. I mean, obviously, it's very geared around the hotel environment. We did look at India as well, because that was pretty close by, and my fiance is from there. But yeah, mainly, I guess, I do like when I do travel around to actually get amongst the culture and not just stick to the 4-star, the 5-star environment, what you can see in the brochures. I personally like to have dinner or lunch with one of the locals in every particular place that I visit. So that's something I try and read up, and trying to get to a restaurant where all the locals are at. But with this destination, it was a little bit harder than normal, because most of the literature you get is about the 5-star hotels. I don't think it's that hard to organise a honeymoon, even though you haven't travelled before, or you hadn't had any experience before. One of the easiest things to do is just to go down to your local travel agent and basically try and share the vision of what you and your fiance want to achieve or get in a honeymoon. And then the experts will basically bring brochures such as this for you to start reading about. I guess just like if you're buying a house, you go to an agent, you do the research weekly from the newspaper, and then together you basically find something that is suited to your needs. And the same thing with travel as well. It's not something that you just go out and pick straight away, especially with a honeymoon. And there are different needs for each person. Some people like beaches, some people like activity, culture. So I guess it's all that the consultant's skills, I guess, to bring that vision that you have for your honeymoon together. Where we met, we actually met. It's almost like a Bollywood story in a sense that I was actually working overseas. I was working for a telecommunications company, Optus, who had outsourced in Mumbai. And yeah, so Harshada, my fiance, was one of the I guess outsourced workers, and I was the Australian employer. And they told us, obviously, before you go there, make sure that you stay away from the staff overseas. One of the crucial rules, and obviously we didn't follow that. So yeah, we met in India about maybe 6 to 7 years ago, and had a long distance relationship for a little while. So nothing happened with us initially. We'd gone back and forth. I was working there for about 6 months, and so it's more like a slow burner, kind of like I guess how a curry would be cooked, really. Yeah, so when I proposed, that was just in August last year. It was something that we'd been thinking about for a while. Obviously, I was just waiting for the right moment. And yeah, so it was. I took Harsh to the Sofitel in the city. It was more on the proviso that we were going to a particular concert, which I told her that we were going to. But in the end, I got the staff in the Sofitel to sort of work in correlation with myself. Where I was able to get it was a ceremonial sari that in the Indian culture they propose with the sari as opposed to a ring. So I got that, taken down by the housekeeping staff to the restaurant number 35 there. And we sat and did an 8-course menu, and on the last course, which was the dessert, I got the chef to actually engrave in a chocolate sculpture "Will you marry me?" And then the staff brought the sari out as well. So it was a bit of a surprise, because we thought we were going for a concert that day, and I remember there was a lot of tears, which I wasn't sure whether that was a yes or a no. And even before I proposed, I guess the writing was already in the dessert, so I couldn't back out at all, because it was already there. So yeah, but in the end, it was a good event.